Hello friends, this is Pastor Artur Pawlowski. We are in the city of Calgary and I have an announcement to make. I think you should know what is going to happen in just few days. I received a letter from the government, the city of Calgary, from Keith Parker. He is the manager for Calgary Parks, city of Calgary, and then a letter from Cheryl Townsend. She's an inspector, Center City Calgary Community Standards, Community Services. I received those letters from Obersturmbannführer and from Gestapo, I guess, because I can't recognize this country. I can't recognize my beloved Canada, the country of freedoms and rights, the country that would stand for the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, for human rights. And in the letter, I am being warned not to feed the poor. For the past 21 years, we have been feeding the people on the streets of Calgary, providing the necessities of life, feeding anyone that would stand in our lineups. We do not kick anyone out. Everyone is welcome to come. Everyone is welcome to stand up. And if they have a need, if they need clothes or if they need food, they're welcome to come. But the city of Calgary believes that we are not providing necessities of life. That Walmart is, when you pay them, and hundreds, thousands of people can go to Costco, they can go to Superstore, they can go to Walmart, and that's okay. But feeding the poor, feeding people that are hungry, and let me add something to you. There is hundreds of people that have lost jobs and businesses that are coming to us for help. We're not just feeding the homeless people, we're not just feeding the natives on the streets of Calgary, the mentally ill, but also anyone that is in need. We have families, single moms with children standing in a lineup for food. I mean, this is not the Canada that we remember from the 60s and 70s. People are hurting everywhere, and we are providing the necessities of life. But they believe, the Calgary government, the Muslim mayor with councillors, they believe that we're not providing necessities of life, and they say this, that they are following up with the law department for next steps if I will continue to feed the poor. Then they're saying is, please keep us informed of any changes or concerns, as we are happy. The Nazis and the communists are always happy to work together on this initiative. They call this initiative. Can you believe it? The Parks Department sent me this letter saying that we're not allowed to gather anymore in the public places, in the parks, because there are new rules. And I guess providing necessities of life to the most vulnerable people and to anyone that is in need, that's not on a high priority by the premier of this province and the mayor of this city, Naheed Nenshi. So I want to stand on my rights as a provider of necessities of life. I want to stand on my rights, freedom of religion, conscience. I want to tell you that this is a church that stands for the most vulnerable people and will continue to do that in a time of crisis. We will be there as a protest, so I want to invite everyone, all the patriots, anyone that value the rights, to come Sunday 1 p.m. in front of City Hall in the city of Calgary. We're going to continue feeding people. We're going to give necessities of life. Because let me ask you this question. If I am not providing necessities by giving people food, no one is essential. I mean, I don't care what they do. If providing food for the most vulnerable people is not essential services, there nothing is. We're going to stand up for our freedoms. We also believe that in this time, Canada needs God. And that's why we call this church. It's a church for anyone that doesn't want to go into the building. A church for the poor, for the people under the bridges, sleeping in bushes. This is the church for them. For whatever reasons, if they don't want to go to a building, for whatever reason, they're coming to us. Maybe they don't look so good. Maybe they feel rejected. Maybe they feel embarrassed, ashamed. They're coming to us, and we're providing two things to them: spiritual food and physical food. We are the church for the people. And during the time of crisis, during the time of war, the clergymen were always at the front lines. They always were the ones that were providing the support for the people. We need hope in these times. People are depressed. People are suicidal. I hear story after story. And let me say something to you. When the first lockdown happened, many people, our parishioners, died because they did not receive necessities of life. I'm not going to allow this to happen again. I am providing necessities of life to the most vulnerable people and anyone that lost job and is of a need of food. And this should be supported by the Premier. This should be supported by elected officials, but it's not. I want to ask you, Calgarians, Albertans, to come and support us this Sunday, 1 p.m. in front of City Hall. We're going to be feeding people, but I need your help. Please help us to stand against this tyranny, to prevail. Let us prevail in this time of crisis together. Let us support our rights and freedoms, because if we don't do it now, if we don't do it today, we may not have those rights tomorrow. I want to bless you. Thank you very much. Remember that God wants to save this country. He's speaking to us in this time. People don't know what to do. He is hope. He is life. And I want to encourage you to start reading the Bible, start coming to the church, because He has the answers to our problems today. Be blessed, and hope to see you this Sunday, 1 p.m.